here waiting for a space again. I really hate taking 2 days off in a row from work. I'm not kidding, but I'm not kidding. It just creeps on the back of my subconscious, you know? You know, I already know, a couple of people in here are probably going, what the hell? Because they know I don't take 2 days off in a row like that. Um, but the good news is Oreo seems to be doing better. For you folks who are curious, um, his pee is clear, you know. So hopefully they're going to yank the catheter tube out of him today, and after he pees a couple times on his own, then they'll let us take him home today, I hope. Poor fella, he was sitting there apparently talking to the assistant when Lady G was getting an update last night. You could hear Oreo in the background talking at him. And trust me, I just hate, taking the little guy in, or, well, he's not little anymore, but I don't think he ever was little. But, that kind of scares you. I'm just very glad, we got onto it early, his blood work all came back good. Because in cases like this where the urethra is blocked, those toxins that are in your system trying to get out can build up and flush back into your kidneys and do damage to the kidneys. And there's been no kidney damage detected, thank goodness. And he's talking and he's lively, moving around and all that stuff. Even when we were, because we had to do quite a bit of, I'm trying to figure the best way to put this. It was like, heck. It was like running a decathlon or whatever. Where you got to pass the baton. Or running a marathon. Because our emergency vet doesn't have anyone there during the day. So we had to pick him up, run him over to our regular vet. He stayed there during the day, and then we had to run over there, pick him up from there, bring him home for a little while, and then take him over to the emergency vet so they can keep him overnight again. And now Lady G's got to go pick him up, run him over to Dr. Sarah's, our regular vet, again today, and hopefully, if he's doing well, they're going to pull the catheter out, and he'll be coming home today, we hope. I love this. I've been here for 10 minutes now, and nobody's moving. Every parking space filled. Now, as far as Doctor Who goes, like I said, I have not really heard a lot. I'm not going to lie to you and make up some extravagant BS, based off of complete speculation like some of these other channels have been doing. And a lot of the speculation and all that about what's going on, that there was a couple of leaked images supposedly from Gallifrey Base, and I'm like, why don't you just have a leaked message from Bullshit Central? Because images like that can be faked very easily in this day and age, and that's why I don't take stock in it. Somebody could have sat at home and made that up on Photoshop or whatever program they have, Blender or whatnot. Hang on, I gotta move. There's somebody coming. There's a couple of people coming around. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and head over to the other parking lot. Hang on. You're gonna stare at the top of my roof for a while. Because as per usual, they got every shift coming in and going out at once. And like that Range Rover. I know that Range Rover ain't going nowhere because they're on our shift. Yeah, screw this. I'm going to the other lot. I would rather be parked and further away and sitting here doing this nonsense. Like, there's a space about to open up here on my right, but I can't park there. I do not own a certain type of motor vehicle. Also, judging by the way some of these people are parked, my God. It's like, you can see the lines. Didn't they tell you back in kindergarten, sometimes you gotta draw inside the lines? Yeah, screw this. We're going to the old lot. I'd rather just walk the walk than go through this crap. So, we don't have a whole lot of doctor news to go on about. Like I said, everyone's like, well, what about this? What about this? I said, I'm talking main show here. And that's what I'm waiting on. We're going to go over to the other lot and park in front of the building over here. Why? Because I'm tired of waiting, wasting gas. Greta Thunberg's going to kill me if I keep doing this, because I'm destroying the planet. Oh. Is it just me? Or is this something I noticed in an interview yesterday? And somebody brought up a very valid point. You notice when the weather's going to crap, that you never see Just Stop Oil protesters running around blocking traffic, and yet when the weather turns sunny again, there they are, you know, just whizzing on your day. We're gonna park right next to the plant manager. Oh, trust me, there we go. Enough of that nonsense. Now, we don't do politics. That's other channels. And I love how many, people out there you got who probably are just old enough to remember two presidents who are suddenly political experts. Like, I keep getting stuff in my, recommended from this, Candace Owens wannabe. And I'm like, girl, you look like you're just out of high school. Well, Doctor Who does do politics, but they do it in a roundabout way. And that's one of the things that makes a good sci-fi show, is they take things happening in the world around us and they put it into a different format. Star Trek, the original series, did that a lot, as well as Next Gen and a few others. But oh yeah, we're not going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be on 8-hour shifts next week again, and as far as I know, no Saturday yet. If I have a Saturday scheduled, I'll be sure to let you know. For all 4 or 5 of you who want to stay up and see, the planet Baldus. Ooh. I'm just hoping, Oreo's home today and he's still happy and healthy and not really pissed off at us. The poor fella. Just... yeah, I'm hoping he comes home today. Like I said, so far everything's looking good. His blood work's all good. He's the urine coming out of his catheter tube's been clear. It's a case of they don't know if there was a blockage that caused the urinary tract infection, or a urinary tract infection caused the blockage to build up. So we got to keep an eye on him real close. All I know is I was scared crapless it was going to be cancer again, because that's what we lost Myrtle and Sophie to. And Lil, like I said, she had the thyroid that went hyperactive, beyond hyperactive, and Louis passed of old age, died peacefully in his sleep. Well, we're going to have to start watching what we feed him and things like that. He generally avoids human food, which is weird compared to other cats I've ever, had growing up. He never really likes human food. He's very finicky. Like, he won't touch. Like, they tried to give us pate urinary tract food or something for him. Like, he's not going to touch pate. If it's not in gravy, he's going to stick his face up at you like, huh? Well, I don't know what they do with cats, it's this, as far as cancer goes, but in Sophie's case, it was in the bones of her skull. It was a bone cancer, and there was pretty much nothing they could do to stop the flow of it. And with Mert, it was a highly aggressive one that had spread throughout her system. And, Myrtle showed no signs of being ill at all, really. It wasn't until a couple days before we took her in that she really started acting a little funny, and it was a very, very aggressive one, very aggressive cancer. And they said chances are if they tried to remove this stuff, it already metastasized around her body. So there was little to nothing we could do for Mert. So trust me, when I take a cat to the vet, I am never optimistic. In other good news, like I said, so I wish I had more to tell you about Doctor Who, but the only ones who get inside information are the ones who are, pretty much, either working for the BBC or exploiting it for their own ends, and, from the inside. And we all know some of those types of characters. Oh, he's still complaining about Chibnall Whittaker. I'm like, Chibnall and Whittaker did nothing wrong. If it hadn't been for them, you wouldn't have a show right now. The BBC back then were looking for an excuse to put the show on hiatus, even though they're already in talks with Disney. And if there had been no one to carry it on, they would have gone on an indefinite hiatus. It's kind of like what we found out years later with John Nathan Turner. Everyone's like, if John Nathan Turner had handed over the reins to someone else sooner, the show might have gotten better, and the original series had not been canceled. No, John Nathan Turner was the reason you had an original series, because he had already been told when he left the show was over. So he hung it out to the end, and that's why you have 26 years of the original series towards the end. And sadly, just they were turning the corner and getting things back on track, you know, Michael Grade steps in. I'm going to cancel the show. And look at the fact we're on the 20th year of this revival, and people are, complaining about ratings in the 6 million, which is impressive for any drama that's on. Well, it's not compared to like American Gladiators or whatever stuff that's on now. And I'm like, reality shows always score way higher than dramas. And that's why we'll never be rid of them, because they're cheap and easy to produce. Well, folks, I just remembered this clock in this Jeep is like a few minutes behind, so I have got to get inside and start heading towards the Interlands. So hopefully, we're going to have Oreo home today. And if I hear anything over the weekend, I'll be sure to post something or let you know. And until Monday, please be kind, be calm, be safe, enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you all later. Take care, everybody.